What it do, E-World, crisscross and wires, and we out here today, just messing around, man, because it's nice, man. It's like 60 degrees, just about. So, man, I had to come out and get a ride. Yeah, man, the beast is a little dirty right now. I had cleaned it and shined it all up, but I've been running around. It didn't take long to get dirty, and then I buffed my plastic sides and stuff, so now it's like static charge that everything's just sticking to it. So I'm gonna have to put some water on it and demagnetize the damn thing. But anyway, like I said, coming out here and take a ride. I just want to talk to you guys about a poster that I made, and about motors. I was about to order myself a custom QS273 and have it, you know, wrapped to either 1.5 or 2T. That will give us a lot more top end. I'm not worried about the torque, because we got just stupid torque right now, so I'm pretty sure I'll still have enough torque. Like I said, we'll play around with that a little bit. At the same time, what else I want to discuss? Oh, here's the important thing, because I've been seeing this happening a lot, and it's being discussed in a lot of the groups, for you Ciron guys mostly, but anybody running a BAC 4000, 8000, or any high power controller. I spoke once before about this Domino throttle. Now let me tell you why this throttle should be a mandatory purchase for you with any type of high power controller. Basically because for one, it's potentiometer based, meaning it doesn't use magnets or Hall sensor type throttle. That makes it a lot more accurate. It makes the voltage a lot more linear. So as far as your speed and everything, it gives you a lot more control. Because one thing about those stock throttles is they have a very short voltage range. As far as you know, your throttle voltage starts from about a half a volt up to about 4.2 4.3 volts, something like that. These Dominoes go exceptionally low, like to 0.25, a quarter of a volt. That way when you take off, it's not, you know, instant full throttle ramp up. Even if you try to do a throttle tune on those stock throttles, you can't really tune that out. Once you get to this power range, those throttles are way too sensitive for this type of power. This Domino, like I said, it gives you a lower voltage range. That way I mean I can take off really easy, barely giving this thing any power at all. I mean, like crawling, you know what I mean? That makes it good for when I want to load my bike up on the rack. You know, I can put it up on the rack with our whiskey throttling and the thing flying across the car, or you know, just most importantly, whiskey throttling while you're riding. You've seen, I'm pretty sure, a lot of videos of Cirons looping out or just going crazy, even if people are just sitting around at group rides talking. I've seen like 2 videos where you know, the Surons were whiskey throttled accidentally. The guys can't even pick the damn thing up, because when they try to pick it up off the ground, just grabbing the throttle, just that little bit, you know, will start the motor. They're just completely too sensitive, and they're not really safe. I'm gonna use that word, safe. They're not really safe for this type of power. Not only that, sometimes those magnetic throttles will give a back voltage, you know, so your bike just takes off or full throttles on you unknowingly. A couple guys have been riding and their bike just full throttled on them because they were getting some noise through their signal wires. And you know, even a little bit of voltage, it's called noise, but it's actually you know, voltage that's not on frequency as it should be. It's just sporadic voltage, and it will cause whiskey throttles. So this Domino is pretty accurate. You won't have any of that. At least I haven't seen where anybody's experienced any type of throttle malfunctions using the Domino. So like I said, you may not think it means a lot, but yeah, man, you got an ASI, BAC, far driver, any high power controller, get a Domino, man. It's a whole lot safer, trust me. Anyway, let's take a little short ride. Yeah. Another thing I want to say is, man, when I'm riding, guys, a lot of times you'll see me cruising along. I promise you, I am hardly ever giving this thing a lot of throttle. I can hardly ever give this thing full throttle because it's just, you know, 32.5 kilowatts is off the chain no matter how fast you're going. So it's very rare that I will ever be giving this thing full throttle. You can always look at my power gauge over here and see if that orange line doesn't go completely around to like 530. It's nowhere near full throttle. Like I said, I have it maxed out to 32.5 kW. That's what full throttle is on this bike. A lot of times I'm doing, you know, they look like speed runs, but I'm cruising along 60-70 miles an hour, and that's at maybe 20 kilowatt. Actually, I can do 60-70 miles an hour once I'm rolling and just cruising with about 3 or 4 kilowatt. I mean, it doesn't take much to do that speed. It takes a lot to get it to accelerate there really fast. So that's where most of that power goes. But unless you're accelerating quickly, you don't need a lot of power to do a high speed. So that doesn't really help you on the high speed. That helps you accelerate. But once you get to your top end, that's where you need voltage, high voltage, to get high RPMs. At that point, current is no longer doing much once you get to that level. You know, high current helps you accelerate. But when you get to the end of your speed range, it's the voltage that are going to give you those extra RPMs. And just not only that, good field weakening. Normally you need high voltage to reach a high RPM, but you can do it with lower voltage and really good field weakening, you know, without that counter EMF fighting against you. It's a whole lot easier to reach a higher RPM. But if you don't have good field weakening, you're going to need high voltage. Alright, enough of that. Let's man, how long I've been running my mouth? The GoPro probably almost dead at this point. police going down the street. Not like I don't encounter them or run into them. See what happened there, because something funny happened. I'm gonna have to check my telemetry and see what happened. I had like okay. I think I had a low voltage cutoff back there, because I just noticed my voltage is kind of low. I've been riding on this thing for a while without recharging, just trying to see what kind of range I would get on it. And because I have it set to the max, when I did give it full throttle back there, it snatched the voltage down below my low voltage cutoff, and that's what it did. That's why it caused a little cutout right there. So yeah, I'm at 72 volts right now. So when I full throttled it, it probably dropped it below my low voltage cutoff, which is like in the 60 something. I got it set 60 something. So normally my battery's fully charged, it doesn't snatch back that far, but I've been trying to do a range test on this thing, see what kind of mileage I get out of this 58 amp hour. And so far, okay, we just did another 6 miles on it. I'm up to about 89 miles with that 6 miles, and we're still at 72 volts. And this controller will shut down at 63 volts. So yeah, with my battery being down that far, like I said, when I tried to do it, you know, pull 32.5 kilowatts on it, it definitely brought my voltage down below that low voltage threshold. So yeah, that's something I haven't experienced before, because most of the time my battery's fully charged. But I can't expect to be drawing 32 kilowatts when I'm down below 40% battery. But, yeah. Tie this damn helmet strap up so it'll stop flip-flopping everywhere.